you people?
It's us.
What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Bradley coming to you with a different kind of video. So it's gonna kind of be like a car chat without the car chat. Yeah. So before I get too deep into the video, I want to let you know, obviously you can see by the title, this is gonna be a bit of a spoiler alert. So if you have not seen the movie Us, you probably want to cut this off now. I'm gonna give you about 4 seconds to go ahead and exit off this video if you don't want to hear the details. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
They won't stop until they kill us.
All right, so yeah, I took a movie date to the movies. Dolo, the wife, didn't want to go with me. It's cool. It's cool. She was supposed to go. Then she's like, I don't want to go. Whatever. So I did it on my own. But anyway, get to the movies and you sitting there and you watching them. And it starts off pretty weird, okay? Get Out started off pretty weird too. Kind of what I was expecting a little bit. But this was weirder. So I was preface this video by saying also, if you're going to see this, or I guess if you have already seen it, you already know that this movie and Get Out are nothing alike. If you were looking for kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like the same kind of vibe, you wasn't getting that in that movie. Get Out was more like real, like this could really happen, and Us was like a horror movie. So anyway, it started off and it was like a ton of fucking bunnies. I'm like, what is up with all these bunnies? It's just like this eerie music and all these bunnies. So at that point I'm like, okay, what is going on here? So pretty intriguing there. Then it starts off like a typical horror movie, regular mom and dad, well, like regular mom and dad, and flashback. I shouldn't say that, I'm sorry, flashback happens. And you're watching this flashback, and they don't give you all the details of the flashback. I'll get into that later. So you get into it, you're watching them, and do this flashback about the main character when she was a child, and she had this traumatic experience at this place, and then boom, they don't exactly show what the traumatic experience is. Yeah, we'll get into that later. So they go into the movies and they flash forward to her being an adult, and they are getting ready to take on a family trip to a summer house.
What does I Got 5 on it mean?
It's about drugs.
It's not about drugs, it's a dope song. Don't do drugs.
I wish I had a summer house. Don't y'all wish I had a summer house? I could go for a summer house. But anyway, they're taking this trip to a summer house where they are going to spend some time for the summer and hang out. I guess they like meeting another family down there. And it's pretty cool. So, like it says, basic stuff. They sitting there, family gathering, they eating dinner, and then boom, about 45 minutes into the movie, here come the good stuff. So yeah, so she's sitting there, they sitting in the bed, they getting ready to end the night. The husband looking to get some buns. He just strolled out on the bed, and she's like standing by the window. And it's like this really kind of weird thing. And she tells him about this traumatic experience, about how this thing happened at the beach, and how like she thinks it's this person after her. Now as a husband, you sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about? You telling me that you think somebody is after you from when you were a child? Yeah, and they're you? Yeah. You're crazy. But I love you, so I'm not gonna call you crazy. So it's at this point where the scene that they show in the commercials where the little boy be like, there's a family outside.
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors. But y'all scared of a family?
And that's when shit get real. So the husband goes outside like any husband would, and he basically like, get off my lawn.
If you wanna get crazy, we can get crazy.
Get out of here, we got a problem. And the people just standing there. And then he like, all right, well, I'm gonna go get my bat. Just like any brother would. I'm gonna go get my bat. I'm gonna tell him quick, you got to go. You got to go. They wasn't going for it. So that was weird to me too. Cause at this point I'm like, yeah, we got to go. these weird ass people standing there. And I got to go. So anyway, they didn't leave, obviously. So he get back in the house and they like banging on the door, and then they disperse and they get all around the house and they get in the house. And then that's when the woman start talking. The bad lady, they call her Red. She start talking and making all these demands and basically sending each person off to kill off they clone person, the good one. So when she had like this conversation with Lupita, basically telling her how she been waiting all this time to finally get her, and she happy that this moment is here. So basically the rest of the movie is them versus them, honestly. It's a bunch of fight scenes. Also another kicker, another spoiler. Come to find out, at first you think that the movie is only about that family. Like that family is the only people who got somebody after them. Wrong. It's the whole world. Like the underworld then came and decided that all the dark side is coming to take all of the good people away. Which really gets you to thinking, like, do I got a person which makes deja vu weird and makes, like, I've seen this before weird, and dreams, and start making my head hurt of thinking about all the different shit that could go on with this movie, which that's the twisted shit that Jordan Peele does. He messes with people's minds, make them think things that we don't want to think. Like, we don't want to think about there's a bad version of me running around somewhere and that he gonna come and kill me one day. I don't want to know that. I don't want to think about that, Jordan, but thank you for putting that in my head. So they get to the end of the movie. All of their family have killed off their body clone, except for Lupita. So her person has ran back into the mirrors, into this place where she had this traumatic experience as a child. Be careful. And she down there now, and she's talking, and I ain't gonna get into detail about all the stuff that she was talking about. She was writing some stuff on the board, and she was really preaching some knowledge. I'm not gonna get deep into that. I can make a whole video about the stuff that she was preaching at the end when she was talking to Lupita about, because I think that was a whole nother deep meaning. Y'all let me know what y'all think down there below, where she was talking about the forgottens and we are people too, and just because we not seen by everybody doesn't mean that we real. I think that was like a testament to like third world countries and things like that, and people, the forgotten people that she called it. But yeah, so then they have this epic fight scene, and she basically talks about how she was chosen to lead her people to rise up because she was different. Now keep that in mind, that's huge. Her being different is huge, and if y'all seen the movie, y'all know I talk about that at the end, but her being chosen is huge. So they had this fight scene, and then the good Lupita ended up winning, so you think. So the fight scene was dope. Like, she was doing all these dance moves. You come to find out she was she was a dancer and she gave up. But she ended up getting killed. The good Lupita killed her. So you think. And it's so crazy because when you look back, I'm gonna give the ending now. So if you watched through this part just to see if the movie was good, it was a pretty good movie. But if you don't want to know the ending, again, cut the camera, cut the video. You don't want to see this part. I'm about to tell the ending. And the twist, the super twist to the ending, okay? 3, 2, 1. All right, so come to find out, and it's so, when you think back, you've seen it, it was making sense. Like how she was grunting and doing like, and when she like wouldn't kill her version of those people and all this, like, she was the bad Lupita actually. When Lupita was a kid, I keep calling her Lupita. I forget the character name in the movie now, but when she was a child, the traumatic experience was she went into this house of mirrors, and the mirror version of her choked her out.
They look exactly like us.
And dragged her down to the underworld people, and she was unconscious. And when she woke up, she was handcuffed to this bed, and then the bad Lupita, the mirror Lupita, went up into the world and lived her life. So when they fighting, that's the twist. That's the crazy twist. So when they fighting, you rooting for the good Lupita, the one that was up there with her family, like, yeah. And then come to find out, she the bad one. She took this little girl's life and chained her up in this underworld, and you just like, what? Jordan Peele, why did you just do mind freak me like that? It was good. There's so much stuff like I want to talk about, like the rabbits. I thought the rabbits represented like the government cloning us or having the ability to clone us, like that part where she said that they figured out how to clone our bodies, but they can't clone our soul. Like, I thought that was deep. Tell me what y'all think about the rabbits if y'all seen the movies down there below. What did you guys think about the fact that the underworld people couldn't talk, and the fact that I believe that's the reason why Lupita, that her family was so worried about her not being able to talk when she was a child, is because if you notice, like the original underworld people, they couldn't talk. But Lupita, because she was actually a person from the real world, she could talk. So I think that's why she couldn't talk when she was a kid, because she didn't know how to talk. Like, let me know what y'all think about that down below. Also, like, it's so much stuff that I want to talk about with somebody, people who actually seen the movie. My wife, Mrs. Bradley, would not go see it with me, so she can't talk about it with me. Tell me what you think down below if you got to see Us. Tell me maybe some nuggets that you've seen that I didn't see, maybe some Easter eggs that you can tell me about. I can tell you about the stuff that I seen. Overall, I would give that movie, and I'm not a big horror movie person, but I would give that movie a 7.5 out of 10. 8, pushing 8. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't think it was great. I thought the mind twist and the flips that went into it was what made the movie. Typical like fight scenes and stuff, those was alright. But that kicker at the end is what I thought was the dopest part of the movie. Like, that mind flip at the end is what I thought about was the dopest part of the movie. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. I know this was a different kind of video. We don't do movie reviews on Bradley TV, but I need somebody to talk about this too. I feel like you guys are, y'all like my friends. I don't get to talk to many people, but I talk to y'all and y'all see me all the time, so somebody I can have a discussion with. Yeah, let me know what y'all think down below, all right? Until the next one, it's Mr. Bradley checking out.